Okay, there's another one. Here you go. This one might be cringe. Win all gun control arguments. This is from 2018.
Isn't that just like a woman?
And it's actually older than that. It's actually older than 2018, I think. It's just it's like re-uploaded. I re-uploaded it in 2018, I think.
Isn't that just like a woman? Brings a knife to a gunfight.
This might be real blamified.
After the disgusting shooting at a Texas church this past Sunday, I decided to maybe give the thoughts and prayers thing a rest. Now, look, these sentiments can offer comfort to some at a time of great anguish, but the reality is that we have a mass shooting problem here in the U.S. with over 307 happening in 2017.
This proves you joined the left for money? Yeah, dude. I loved getting death threats for being like a random producer at the Young Turks, like on a regular basis.
Alone. So informing others and combating their misinformation.
For quite literally the past 10 years, as my hairline has receded and I now have white hairs all over my chest and my beard and my hair. You know, it was so sick. It was the best.
Is one way you can offer more than just sympathy and play your part in incremental change. So let's take a look at the most common arguments gun control opponents make, going from really fucking stupid to somewhat less stupid.
You can't let some tyrannical dictator decide who can and can't be armed. Because at the end of the day, what we really have to worry about as much as crime is you have to worry about the government turning into crime.
So who's going to decide when the government morphs into a tyrannical dictatorship then? Because according to the Bundy folks, Obama was enough of a tyrant that they felt they had to forcibly take over a federal building with heavily armed militia. Luckily they were white, so they weren't immediately slaughtered, but even so, that obviously didn't work out well for anyone involved in the end. They got murdered, that's what I'm saying. Also, if the US government wanted to end our lives, they would do with such unimaginable efficiency the entire state of Texas would end up looking like a Yemeni wedding on a cloudless summer day. Also, this is probably a good time to inform you that I am also a person who shoots guns and is somewhat more informed than the average gun-hating libtard. But moving on.
They're banned in Belfast. They're forbidden in Belfast. Do you think anybody had a hard time getting them? How about in New York City? It'd take me 15 minutes for me to get a submachine gun.
There would be a revolution in this country. 270 million guns in this country right now.
There are far too many criminals in this country, so I guess we should also make criminal activity like murder, rape, cheating on your taxes completely legal.
Dude, how sad is it that like it's been so many fucking years and the arguments are literally the same, dude. It's so sad.
Legal while we're at it. This is a dumb argument. If I enjoyed drunk driving, which was basically encouraged up until the 60s, and I didn't kill anyone while I was hammered behind the wheel, why should some other people who can't control themselves ruin my fun? I can't believe I have to make this point because it's so fucking obvious. But just because a law isn't 100% effective at keeping people from breaking that law doesn't mean we get rid of the law. Duh. Moving on.
It's never been shown that these gun laws are effective other than in keeping guns out of the hands of law-abiding citizens.
This is simply untrue. Also, no one is proposing a Nazi-style confiscation of weapons from only one segment of society. Expanding background checks to forbid possible future shooters from purchasing guns without what some might call extreme vetting is actually a popular idea both among gun owners as well as all Americans. It polls at 92%. The idea is to make it as understandably arduous to own a gun, a tool with the exclusive purpose of ending a life, so that guys like the shooter in Texas can't just check a box asking if he has a criminal history and just pick up an AR-15 from his local gun chain superstore. But moving on.
So what is going on in Chicago? Chicago already has some of the strictest gun control laws in the country, and those laws have not gotten any looser.
Yes, Tucker, while Chirac might still have some of the most restrictive gun laws, despite the NRA chipping away at them one by one, more importantly, Illinois' neighboring states do not have strict gun laws, which is why the majority of guns used in violent instances come from Wisconsin and Indiana. This is precisely...
Yeah. All my homies hate Wisconsin and Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Bro, literally the same. I said this yesterday because the fundamental issues have not changed, folks. You could literally take this video and straight up show it right now, today, and every single thing that I mentioned is still relevant. Every single thing that I've said. Glad you didn't say Idaho back then. Yo, fuck Idaho too. I forget how intelligent you look in these vids. Haha. You roll so fucking much. Stop rolling so much. Your timing is bad. I love when people say snarky dickhead shit like this, where it's like, you know, you looked so intelligent in those videos. You're like a fucking dumbass now. Like, I know you're stupid because I get to listen to you for 8 hours a day. It's my first ever diss. Come on now, shut up, bitch. You're like fucking annoying backseater and From Software games too. It was a compliment? No, it wasn't. I knew exactly what the fuck he was saying. He's trying to say that I looked smart in these videos as opposed to like how stupid he knows I am now. And also, I'm much nicer now. I'm only giving 7 dares today. That's crazy. I don't know why.
Why we need to handle this problem at a federal level. And I understand sporting and the urge to protect yourself, but transfer loopholes and gun shows and being able to bring guns in freely to Illinois have had a serious impact on gun violence. But let's look at another point.
In America, legally owned guns are used millions of times a year to save innocent lives.
The good guy with a gun is a myth perpetuated by the NRA and even by our president as recently as after the Texas church shooting when 2 Texans tailed and allegedly gunned down the shooter.
Fortunately, somebody else had a gun that was shooting in the opposite direction. Otherwise, it would have been as bad as it was. It would have been much worse.
Except that no one stopped this bad guy. They allegedly followed him and shot him well after the dude had killed like 10% of the town. So it's a...
By the way, again, that is literally the exact same shit that fucking happened.
It's a bullshit talking point even in this instance. And it's also statistically disproven. For each instance a gun is used for self-defense, a gun is involved in 7 assaults, 11 suicide attempts, and 4 accidents around the home. So you're way more likely to hurt yourself with a gun than a supposed rapist assault squad trying to break into your fucking middle-class home. And let's talk about the AR-15, the Armalite rifle. It's not even a good gun for home protection. And I get it, it's the weapon of choice for mass murderers because it has low recoil, it has a larger magazine capacity, as well as easy and cheap customization options. It looks fucking cool, but it's a gun designed to kill multiple targets with ease. So unless you're John Wick being pursued by a crime syndicate for not committing one final assassination, a bolt-action rifle or a pump shotgun is more than enough to stop a robbery if it comes to that. But those guns obviously don't make as much money as the AR-15, so there's that. But you might be thinking, what about when the Antifa super soldiers storm my house? Won't I need an AR-15 then? No, you won't. You'll need some sort of imaginary super weapon because the only way to stop a paranoid fantasy of evil rampaging socialists that doesn't exist is a fantasy kind of gun that also doesn't exist. So don't bring a knife to a gunfight and bring knowledge to a gun debate. And share this video with your friends.
Okay, it wasn't as cringe. I appreciate your consistency. I'm sorry for spamming, but can you explain to me the Schumer blocked the GOP bill safety? From what I could glean from the bill, it seems like the GOP just wanted to form a board to force through ineffective school safety measures without addressing the gun issues. What? Can you explain to me when Schumer blocked the GOP House bill for school safety? From what I could glean from the bill, it seems like the GOP just wanted to form a board to force through ineffective school safety measures without addressing the gun issues. Okay, so what's up? Like, did you just describe exactly why the reason he did that and then ask the question? Was it just like you're so proud of your younger self and it's pretty cool? I mean, dude, I'm not even proud of my younger self. I'm just jealous. I wish I had like this level of knowledge. But that body, you know what I mean? I wish I was like still 24, 25, 26. Look at that fucking hairline, dude. This? You see this area? Non-existent. Do you want to know why? Because I didn't have to deal with you motherfuckers in the chat all